Yep. So it is right around 2:30 p.m. on Friday, May 10th. Coffee, emails. And I was up all night because there are some pretty mentally disturbed, disruptive, aggressive individuals that the Greenville group keeps placing in the units directly below and next to mine that have nothing going on in their lives. And so when I do certain things in the privacy of this unit that they can evidently have knowledge of one way or another, they become violent, aggressive, and intrusive because they have nothing going on. They're mentally disturbed. They latch onto other people. They won't leave other people alone. And I do. I keep to myself. I do not interact with other people. I make videos from the privacy of my living space with the door closed usually. And you don't see me approaching other people for any reason in any of my videos. My videos are almost always me trying to get away from people who are approaching me for no reason or approaching me in an aggressive manner to try to get in my face for some reason. So I focus on what I need to focus on. And the low-life scum around me don't. They have nothing going on. I've lived in this unit for 13 years. And after I had lived in this unit for about 3-4 years, the tendency of this building changed. The type of people that the Greenville group was renting to shifted dramatically from people who had jobs and who had to work every day, like myself. I've always had to work to pay the rent, to people who would sit around all day smoking, I don't know what, smoking a lot of stuff that smells really nasty and fills your living space with nasty smoke, and literally coming at me because they didn't think that I was supposed to live in this building. These are people who loiter around all day long on the street corners, in the doorways, on the sidewalks, in front of the office of the Greenville group, and they harass people who they don't like. Usually it's men harassing women. The Greenville group seems to have a soft spot for mentally disturbed male career criminals and thugs and psychos and sex offenders. And they defend those people in court against women that these creeps harass, such as myself. However, my life has always moved forward in spite of the fact that I've dealt with a lot of harassment over the 13 years that I've been one of the few females living in this building, and pretty much the only Caucasian female living in this building. I'm not sure why the Greenville group doesn't rent to Asians or to Caucasians, but they don't. I think it's a BLM thing. The Greenville group is a known supporter of BLM, and they tend to cater to the BLM population. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but then they should also include other ethnic groups in the population that they rent to, but they don't. They're pretty blatantly prejudicial against other ethnic groups at this point, and they don't rent to Asians at all. There's not a single Asian tenant in this entire building complex. And if I chose to subpoena the Greenville group's rental records, I'm pretty sure I would see a shocking lack of diversity in the ethnic and gender department. They don't rent to women. They don't rent to Asians. They don't rent to Caucasians. And there's not a lot of Latin tenants in this building, surprisingly. There's some, but not that many. So this is mostly a BLM owned and operated and run building. It's pretty much exclusively BLM. And they've taken over, the operations of the building. The management tends to ignore the fact that there's a lot of dysfunctions and malfunctions in and around my living space that are completely preventable. Things like not having any heat, things like the water suddenly stinking like somebody's feet, and like fish and like Parmesan cheese and like sewage. I mean, that's obviously somebody who has accessed the pipes to the plumbing of this building, presumably the same person who's been sitting in the bathroom behind this wall since 2013, making a lot of smacking noises against the wall of my kitchen sink and my toilet. It's Jasmine Arizari, who claims to be an engineer who solves problems. And I've been told that she is quite good at accessing other people's electronics, who, she can get into anything, according to the property manager. That was his exact quote when I said she hacks into my devices. He said, "Oh yeah, she's so good. She can get into anything," meaning hacking. So, an engineer can do many things, and this particular engineer seems to be a psycho and likes to tamper with existing infrastructure, at least to my unit and to my tap and to my shower. And, yeah, I mean, that's been going on for years since this person was officially living in the bathroom behind this wall. That's when the stinking water started. So, my point in all of this and why I'm showing a bottle of coffee and an email inbox, this is my life right here. So, nobody is going to stop me from doing what I need to do. They might slow it down. So, again, last night I was up most of the night sending emails to management, making phone calls to management because there was somebody sitting in the bathroom behind that wall, directly behind that wall, blowing marijuana smoke right into my face when I went into my bathroom or when I was standing at that sink right there trying to wash dishes. And that person was using some type of remote capacity electronic assault device. I keep saying this. It's a thing. It's actually the official term is an energy directed weapon. Um, and these energy directed weapons are, presumably available for people such as whoever is using it in this building, presumably a member of an activist group. I don't know if these are available, uh, for private individuals, although they're probably available like on the dark web or black market or whatever, right? You just have to know where to look. So that was going on all night. It prevented me from sleeping. I was up until 7, sent an email to the management at around 5:30. And I was supposed to meet a friend this evening and go to a concert at Harvard University. That is really sad because I'm not going to make it. I was wiped out and slept until 12:30 p.m. So now I'm catching up. But right, coffee and email